the NHS is growing in demand and decreasing in finance, even though, there is investment. So an EPR touches on many, many areas, and it's very, very complicated. I think you need some really good adaptive strategies. Underpinning any program, you need that good governance. So one of the things that we did in the T's and SCOE is we established a clinical governance that met weekly, sometimes it's fortnightly, weekly, and that included senior leadership, clinical leadership. And the purpose of that was to help us focus on the core deliverables, because you can touch every element on this, but it tends to be you've got to deliver at a point in time, and you can't fix the world in a day. So some really strong governance and project management. I mean, there is a theme there about that, but that transparency and really maintaining that sort of stakeholder engagement. Like I say, back to the adaptability, what I previously said is that can-do attitude. We had some people with multiple hats on. So sometimes, especially the clinical leads, they were leading certain projects and then parts of the project, and then they would have to do a business analyst. Then they were talking with the developer to sort of talk about that. So they wore many hats. And like I say, I was blessed that there were times when they're saying, this is not my job, because it can get very stressful.
Yeah, sure.
But it's about identifying, there are a lot of people in the organizations, the NHS is, you don't work in the NHS because for money and fame. Your work there tends to be because you love the NHS. You're really there. There's a lot of people in the organisation, so there were the developers. We managed to get involved. So we begged, borrowed, and stole at times to get people involved. Some of what I did was a real communication exercise around all levels of the organisation, presenting what the vision was and selling what it was about. And then I did have people contact me saying, I'd like to get involved. And then that led to sort of creating that, that stakeholder engagement, which we then built on. And when the clinical people were involved, they really built on that clinical engagement. So I think you've got to be very flexible. You've got to also raise it at such a level that the organisation can prioritise, because there is a lot of change happening in the NHS, and there can be change fatigue. So it's about, as an organisation, what would you like to prioritise? And then to do that and to deliver this thing, these are the positions that we need help and support with. So we had quite a big virtual team as well.